Hello everyone, I wanted to film a pickups video. This is going to be everything that I've picked up since record store day. I will be covering my trip in another video, but I want to come on and cover at least pickups from last record store day all the way up to now. So let's get started. I have a couple of small things to show and a couple of albums. I have one box set to show. So first is this sampler, which is kind of a hint for something that's coming ahead. This is past inside the present label sampler I received here in my hand. If you want to pause, I don't know how well it's going to show up on the camera, but I did receive this as a part of a pseudo trade that I did. This came with it because it was ordered via Bandcamp. I have not had a chance to listen to this, but I am excited to take a listen to it when I actually get a chance to. Keeping things rolling, we have another CD. This is Pep by Lights. Now this was the box set that included a poster and a signed card. And I'll unfurl the poster here real quick. This so far has been my favorite album of this year. I have thoroughly enjoyed listening to it. I'll get it on vinyl eventually, but I did want to show a really nice poster that came along with it. As of the recent past couple of years or so, I have softened up on listening to electronic music and pop music, and this album just hits just the right beats and it hits the right spot, if I'm being honest. Yeah. So we're going to keep things moving. This is a 7-inch by the band Churches. And you can see I was watching Batman earlier. You can see that on the glare there. But this is Turning the Bones Churches remix and Good Girls, the John Carpenter remix. So Churches teamed up with John Carpenter. So they did their own remix of a John Carpenter song. For one, John Carpenter's many known songs, film scores, is like legendary. And then he himself went back and remixed their song Good Girls from Screen Violence, which was one of my favorite albums of last year. I just recently picked up this Churches shirt. Was not able to see them when they came around in concert, but I still wanted the concert album. Oh, concert merchandise. It's on this really cool, like, pink splatter. And yeah, I've listened to this digitally, haven't had a chance to listen to the vinyl itself, but was very glad to pick up this 7-inch. I do have another 7-inch coming, but that is coming all the way from Australia, and that's going to take a little time to get here. Let's cover the box set next. We'll end on there. This is Kisses, live off the soundboard, live in Virginia Beach. If you want to pause and take a look at the track list, there it is. It's 3-set, put in these just basic sleeves, but I decided to spring and get the green variant. I have listened to this. I actually believe I was at this show. I was a youngin' by that point, but really happy with this. The sound quality is pretty good, and it's nice to have something from around here to take a listen to. To say that I was at that show. Gonna keep things moving right along. So we had another record store day in between April and now, and I picked up 3 things while I was there. The first is Pearl Jam, live on 2 legs. This is the clear one that had come out. This is a live album for those who don't know. This is basically their first commercial live album. I don't know if they're doing their bootlegs at this point, but this covers basically their first 2 albums, 10 and Verses, and this was just about when Yield was out. So it's really nice. And of course, one of the last songs was filmed right here in Virginia Beach, so that was another reason I had to have it. The other 2 that I picked up or this one, Prince the Gold Experience. This is meant to replicate the promo version of the album. When it come out, it's on kind of it's not showing up on camera, but it's more of a translucent rather than it being a solid color gold. Don't know if it'll show up better there. Along with that, I picked up this one, Gerard Way's Hesitant Alien. This is on blue wax, I think. Yeah, no, this was just Record Store Day exclusive. This was a reissue. A long-needed reissue. Along with the Sarah Bareilles, this was another one that I was really, really excited about. I've taken a listen to this one. It's really solid. They did a really good job on that. The next one is one that I did a pseudo trade for. I'm on this vinyl record forum, and we do trades and kind of really cool, fun stuff. So through this forum that I've been on, they've shown me a lot of good music, including this one, and this is Patricia Wolf's "I'll Look for You in Others." I had to read it because it's been a while since I've seen the title. It's not, it's unassuming with the title, but on black wax, this album is all electronic, and the story behind it is there's a lot of loss that was put into this record and reflections of loss. Thank you, PlayStation. There was a lot of loss reflected in this record, and it got an emotional response out of me. This was written because of what happened during 2020, and Patricia lost some members of her family, and you could just tell the pain in this and the grief in this, and it is one of the most beautiful things I've heard in a very, very long time. I was glad to have it. And this is where this came from. So it was basically a label sampler that came along with that. Speaking of gifts, I was given the following two wonderful albums by Marika. I'll leave her channel in the description below. Wonderful, wonderful person. The 2 volumes of Pearl Jam's Rearview Mirror that were reissued by Walmart. So this, I think, this covers 91 to 2003. They haven't done anything else like this since, but Pearl Jam to me is not a greatest hits band. To me, they are a band that I love a lot of their music, but some of the songs I did not have on vinyl. So it was nice to have this, Marika, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. This is one of the best gifts I've received. I'm still a little shocked that I have these, but I do like the alternative covers here and there. This is basically, if you buy the CD, this is CD 1, this is CD 2. The volume 1 is on black, and I believe white. Yes, so volume 1 is on black and white wax, and volume 2 is on black and silver wax. Mixing's great on both of those. Of course, it's the same mix that's on the CD. Picked up a soundtrack, Tron Legacy. This is the Target exclusive blue. I don't have much Daft Punk. I thought this would be a great beginning to get some Daft Punk in my collection, and I love soundtracks. Y'all know me, I love my soundtracks, and it's very nice to have this in. To get this just soon after I got back from Disney, I was feeling the Disney brute. I was feeling the Disney blues, so very glad to have this in the collection. I'm actually wearing my Disney Roosevelt. If you can't tell, it's Finding Nemo related. There's Marlin and Dory, and they are in the jellyfish. Not jellyfish fields, but like the jellyfish grouping, or whatever you call it. School. The part with the jellyfish in the movie, that's where they are. Keep it going. I sometimes like to take chances on records just by looking at the cover. And this one just called out to me because it was on sale, and I was like, you know what? For the price that was there, I was willing to try it. And that is the Jazz Butcher in Bath of Bacon. And it has this really cool obi strip. I don't think it's a Japanese pressing, but it is kind of cool to have the obi strip, and it is on black. This, to me, I was like, well, is he gonna butcher jazz? What was this? And to me, it was kind of like a lounge singer-esque kind of hey everybody, gonna sing like this. And it was really just funky and cool. Not something I would normally buy into, but glad I have it, because it's just, when you're in the right mood, just for something that, it's kind of, not that it doesn't take itself seriously, but if you're in the mood for something that is jokey and just kind of funky and cool and out there, this is really cool. Gonna keep this train moving. And I also apologize if some of this overlaps. I tried to look back to my previous video to make sure I don't have any overlapping coverage, but if there is, it's all good. I was able to pick this up. Very glad I picked this up. I've listened to it. It's impeccable. And it's Siberia by Lights. This is the reissue on clear wax. And I just realized that I didn't put this in right. Well, I had the acoustic version of this, and I really was happy to have this as well. Like I said, it sounds fantastic. Lights went really, really awesome with this, because it was just a $12 reissue. It wasn't, prices have been escalating recently, so it's really nice to have a reissue that wasn't too expensive. It sounds fantastic. Now, I had to put my own, master sleeve in there. And the only thing I had a issue with was it was in a paper sleeve, but didn't affect anything. Sounds pretty awesome. I've made it known on the channel that one of my favorite bands was Red Sun Rising, and I was completely devastated when the band decided to call it quits. However, some of the guys decided they wanted to continue making music and put out one of the best EPs I've heard in a very, very long time. I don't say this is an album, it's borderline, and that is The Violent. If you have not checked this act out, please do so. This is on yellow wax. And mine is 352 of 500. Love how it's hand numbered. And this is also on 45 RPM. Was not expecting that, but I'm very glad they sprung for that. If you've not had a chance to check out The Violent, they are amazing. It's almost like Red Sun Rising basically evolved. And the sound that I liked from that, the core of that, was evolved and stepped up further. I absolutely love that band. You should definitely check them out. Okay. I'll show this one next. So you might notice a trend in this video, and I got a whole bunch of Target exclusives. I wasn't going to buy this, but in light of recent events with Taylor Hawkins, I decided I needed to just pull the trigger and get this and buy it. And I've been reading Dave Grohl's memoir, and it's been really tough to read, but really interesting to read. And I decided to pick up Foo Fighters' Medicine at Midnight. This is the Target exclusive variant. It's on black wax. It did come with it came with a really nice art print and lyric shape. Let me just say, whoever mixed this album, I still trying to read Dead Wax and everything, but whoever mixed this album did a fantastic job. This is one of the best, if not the best sounding record in my collection currently right now. So I'm very glad to have this. And if you see this in your local Target and haven't picked it up yet, go ahead and do it. And if you like the Foo Fighters, go ahead and do it. This pressing is really awesome. I highly recommend this pressing. I'll keep on the Target trend. I think I have like one more Target exclusive to talk about, and then we're going to move away from the Target exclusives. But no, not really Target exclusive. I bought this at Target. You'll see one more Target exclusive here shortly. But I picked this up, and there's a long gone video on YouTube that did basically a side-by-side comparison of the newer reissue versus the original of this particular album that I'm going to be showing. I'm going to hold out until I can get an original pressing, but the price was so good, I decided to pick up 2 copies and pay it forward to somebody else on that forum site that I talked about earlier. But I picked up AC/DC's Back in Black. Have not listened to it yet. I'm going to be doing a bunch of cleaning here soon. I have cleaned it, but I'll take a listen to this. It was mainly Shoot to Throw is one of my favorite songs, and it's not even showing on camera. Yike. Okay, there we go. AC/DC. So, you can see here, it's the newer issue, but glad to have it in my collection. I'll still look out for that original pressing, but this will hold me over till then. It was too good a deal. I paid $10 for this. I decided, just to have it in the collection was really nice. So, yeah, there we go from that. Let's finish the Target exclusives. So this one, when I heard about it, I was excited. And then I tried to pre-order it. Didn't work. Tried to order it online. They were taking too long. I tried going at multiple stores. They said they have it. Didn't have it. So I tried to get it on the day. Was really disheartened, and all of a sudden I just decided I needed something at Target recently. Went in and they had it, and I'm very glad to have it. This is, that's what I call 90s alternative. A lot of the songs on this album I did not have, and I've been wanting for a very, very long time. They're 2 standard black. The issues, Lenny Kravitz Are You Gonna Go My Way, My Own Worst Enemy by Lit, with a different mix, which is fine. Eve 6 Inside Out, Everything You Want, Vertical Horizon, If You Could Only See, by Tonic, Live, Lightning Crashes, the main reason why I bought this. Interstate Love Song, My Stone Temple Pilots, by Melon No Rain, Toad the Wet Sprocket, All I Want, Jim Blossom's Hey Jealousy, Blues Traveler, Run Around, Fastball, The Way, Cake the Distance, Semi-Charmed, Life, the radio edit by Third Eye Blind. Again, it's fine. 311 is Down, Steal My Sunshine, the single version by Len. Spin Doctors, 2 Princes, and Sublime's What I Got. There were songs on here that I really, really, really wanted. And I'm so glad to finally have them on vinyl. I've cleaned it. I have not listened to it yet. I'm waiting for the right time to listen to it, but I'm really excited to have that. Only a couple more left to show here. 2 that were part of kind of like a trade. I talked about it earlier. That forum that I'm on, people offer up and, records they don't want anymore before they sell them. And, people can take them and listen to them and enjoy them. So I got 2 jazz albums here. Stan Getz and J.J. Johnson's at the Opera House. This is on the Verve Records label. I have not listened to this one yet. And then one that I absolutely need to have in my collection if I was going to call myself a jazz collector. Galberto, Stan Getz, Pau Galberto, featuring Antonio Carlos Hilden. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that correctly. This is a staple of any jazz collection. You need to have this, so I'm glad to have it. This on Verve. Heck, even if I get another copy later on, I'm glad to at least have it in the collection to say I have it and go from there. It was basically kind of given to me, so I'm always happy when I get gift records. I have one more to show you, and this one was kind of long. I'm looking at the time I've been taking it. It was a lot, but we have one more to show, and it's this one. Seether, Decennial, 2 decades of Seether, and this is the Walmart's Gasoline Orange exclusive. Have not had a chance to listen to this. I literally just got this a couple of days ago as the filming of this, so I'm glad to have this. There was a lot to show. A lot to show, and I'm just so glad to have this as well. Thank you so much for checking out this video. This is covering the time frame from the previous Record Store Day video up till now, my previous pickups. If I have any more, you'll see it in the next video. My video discussing what happened during my Disney trip is coming. I'm planning on filming that this upcoming weekend. The weekend that you're seeing this is probably when I'm filming that, so that'll be out soon. I have a brand new series launching here soon, so I'm glad to get that going. Glad to be back into the swing of things. So yeah, that's all I have for now. As I say at the end of every video, when the waters get rough, please keep on sailing. Even if you feel like no one else believes in you, I believe in you. And until next time, take care. See ya.